Hello, and welcome to Spiritual Successor, a comedy video game design podcast inspired by Polygon's Cool Games, Inc. I am your host, AJ Hart.
And I am your other host, Blake Rhea.
Blake Rhea, my dear friend. I'm pissed.
What? Oh, I thought you were going to go into a happy thing. What happened?
Nope, I'm pissed, and I'm mad, and I'm upset about the power that we have, you and me, as content creators. I'm upset about our influence. I'm very, very upset that, Blake, there's a mole.
There's a mole?
There's a mole in our operation.
What do you mean?
Can you open up your phone onto a web browser right now? And actually, I want all of our audience to do this if they can right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to give them a little bit of a second to get their phone out and get to a web browser or their laptop. Really, anything matters.
All right.
And I want them to go to Butterfinger FF7R.
What?
Please do this for me. Butterfinger FF7R.
Oh, so this is
.com.
Oh, so is this like a
go ahead and do this.
God.
Go ahead and check what this is.
Butterfinger
FF7.
That's the first thing that came up.
R.
How to unlock the Final Fantasy VII Remake Tifa dynamic theme.
It's not just that, Blake.
Oh my God, she's so pretty.
No, stop. Don't get distracted by this.
But she's so pretty.
Hey, did you go to... No, you didn't go to the website. Blake, go to the website, please. I need you to go to the website. Butterfingerff7r.com, please.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Butterfinger FF...
This isn't a joke. Don't look at the articles. Look at their fucking website.
It's just clouds posing next to some Butterfingers.
And what does the tagline say?
The Butterfinger Final Fantasy VII remake offer will begin at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on March. That's not what I'm supposed to read.
What does the graphic say?
Buy Snap Score.
Blake Rhea.
Yeah?
There is canon in-game merch that you are only able to unlock in the Final Fantasy VII Remake if you purchase Butterfingers.
Holy shit.
Blake, we called this.
This is twice in a row that this is happening. First, it was our Animal Crossing thing.
First, it was like, wouldn't it be funny if Animal Crossing had a mysterious death in it? And then there's like merch. There's ads.
Murder.
There's ads that are like, whoa, there's a tombstone.
Weird, crazy shit. Actually, bouncing off of that, I saw more pictures. Apparently, people were sending us some more pictures on that. There's like some of the people telling you like, we don't. The freedom of information is no longer free. You are not allowed to connect your phone. This very culty behavior from this Animal Crossing game.
Okay,
but
this is all ha-has, but those are doctored images that are sent to you for fun. This is a legitimate brand
really?
deal.
No, I thought that was...
No, that was fake. They're like all about like trying to connect Animal Crossing to your phone and get like Nook miles, and the image where Tom Nook was like, somebody died. That was also a doctored image for the funny ha-has of the meme of it. Sorry that I had to ruin it for you, and I did tell you yes last time that was a real thing that was happening.
It's not actually
but
ruined.
I need you to believe me now, Blake Rhea. This idea was stolen. We've been stolen from. You have to purchase Butterfingers candy, and you get merchandise in the in-game game. And I know what you're thinking. It's probably just like shitty cosmetic items, right? There's probably not like
no,
anything.
It has to be bosses.
So there's a list of what you get.
Actually, hold on. Before you list it, can I take a guess? Because I just recently finished Medieval the remaster today, which is kind of similar to Final Fantasy. It's an old game that they redid, right? But they added their own personal flavors to it. So what they added this completely new mechanic in it, where there are lost souls strewn about during the level. That wasn't in the PS1 version. You have to collect these souls so you can unlock the playable PS1 version. So are they doing a thing where you have to buy as many, like a golden ticket, like one code will give you the unlock to play the original Final Fantasy version?
Maybe.
Okay.
Here's what it is. You get in-game items. These items, and I'm just going to run down the list. Midgar Bangle, a bangle designed in the image of the great city Midgar. Okay. Shinra Bangle, a sleek bangle engraved with the Shinra Company logo. Corneo's Armlet, a tacky bangle bearing the Dawn's mark.
Are these just bangles? Like
Superstar Belt, a belt declaring one's status as a superstar. That one, if you want that, you have to buy 8 bars of Butterfingers candy.
What the fuck? That's so dumb.
The Mako Crystal, a beautiful crystal imbued with Mako. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, what's Mako, AJ?
It's the magic, right?
It's the magic. It's the magic of the universe in their Final Fantasy VII. Like, the Mako is the life stream. You can, if you buy 10 candy bars, you get an in-game item that is just crystallized life energy.
So how does that?
What does that mean?
gameplay?
I don't know. They won't tell us until March 3rd, which will be when this episode drops.
I bet you it's just a cosmetic thing. I don't think they'd tell you something.
Could you read that image to me again? It just says something about like buying your DLC, right?
Yeah, it says buy snap something. It says
unlock your DLC.
Buy snap score. Yeah.
Unlock your DLC. If you want to see this DLC, if you want to experience everything this game has to offer, buy Butterfingers. Blake, we said this as a funny haha joke. We were like, ha ha ha, wouldn't it be funny if you had to buy hot sauce? But here we fucking are.
Should we reach out? We should like send the Final Fantasy team our old episode.
We really should. I'm like,
even though I'm sure that shit's been in development way longer than a week ago.
But it was in development at all. And what is our tagline here?
Cool games that shouldn't be made.
That should not be made. This is not a thing that should be happening. I'm not going to go out and buy 10 fucking Butterfingers. One, because why would I ever purchase 10 Butterfingers in my complete life?
It's just $10. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but those are Butterfingers that I'm presumably supposed to consume.
Yeah, Butterfingers are delicious. Are you shitting me?
I forgive you.
What are you, like a Babe Ruth fan? You're just too attached.
Yeah, I am.
You're just too attached to the Goonies, and you're just living your fucking nostalgic dream.
You idiot! I'm attached to Babe Ruth because it is Hellboy's favorite candy bar.
Okay, that's fair. I can't fault you for that one. AJ, we should do some game submissions, man.
But what if our ideas are stolen again and used for evil?
Is this used for evil? I mean, as long as we get a cut, it's not evil.
We're not getting a cut. We have no official ties to Final Fantasy VII.
You know.
We just know that Square Enix heard me say, "Ha ha ha! What if you had to do a fun pinball
AJ.
machine and buy hot sauce?" And they said, "That's stupid." Candy bars, though.
Actually, you know what we should do? We should send them an email and a copy of that episode so we can score some free Butterfingers, dude.
Do you think that I could get...
They send us a crate of Butterfingers.
You might be onto something, because here's the thing. Like, I know that I have Hideki Itsuno, the director of Devil May Cry 5, following me on Twitter.com.
What, really?
Yeah. You don't?
Shit. No.
Weird.
No.
That's weird. So what I'm saying is I could probably get Nomura to start following me on Twitter somehow, and then I could DM him and be, hey, listen up, bitch.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd really be interested in hearing that from a fucking rando across the ocean.
I'm on to you and your nasty butter. I've got you butterfingered.
Are we just gonna
like instead of red?
You know what? Now that I have a platform where people can, where people have to listen to me, right?
I
want to complain about the name Butterfinger. Does it not bother anybody else? Like
Butterfinger, but I hardly even know her.
No, AJ. We're not doing that here.
Oh, okay. What do you want to do then?
Just like it's fucking gross.
It's just the idea of like butter for hands, right?
No,
is that what you want to
I was picturing you like leave, like how every counter has its own stick of butter in a jar. That's like slightly melted. I'm picturing you just grab that with your hand.
That's what eating a Butterfinger feels like.
You're wrong. Butterfinger's delicious. And I'm going to get into the episode now. Hey, everybody. We are Spiritual Successor. We take your lovely game ideas from the internet, both on Twitter, Reddit, and email, and YouTube.
That's not official channels.
And we take we take those ideas and we turn them in the next AAA video games that may or may not be stolen.
Are being stolen regularly.
AJ, do you have a game idea for me? Because I have one for you.
Yeah, it's Final Fantasy VII, and you have to buy crunch bars in order to gain power. And the little balls inside of the crunch bar that give it the crunch, those are all materia, and you eat them and you gain power. Oh, dang it! That's a real game now.
You know how you pitch it? You slowly become Cloud the more of those pellets you eat. Because everybody wants to be Cloud. Cloud's cool as fuck. Either him or the really cool lady from Final Fantasy VII.
Tifa?
Yeah, Tifa's cool.
Yeah.
She punched because she looks like a Tekken character.
She kind of does, yeah. All right, I'm going to give you a real video game suggestion from our lovely audience.
Tell me about it, brother.
This comes from What They Should Do at What They Should Do, which I believe is another video game podcast. Matt Damon, Ex Machina.
Okay. So are you talking about like Ex Machina as in like Deus Ex Machina?
I think it's supposed to be as in Damon Ex Machina, the game for the Switch that came out recently. That's a little bit like a Armored Core, where like
Oh.
you have a giant robot, you're constantly customizing it for missions, and then you go out. But if it's a Matt Damon Ex Machina,
it's just a mech that looks like him.
Well, here's the thing that we know about Matt Damon related films. We're always having to save that guy. We either got to retrieve him from Mars, or retrieve him from enemy lines, or retrieve him from space. There's a lot of movies about Matt Damon getting stranded somewhere and having to come back.
Really? The only movie I know that happens in is the Mars one.
That's okay. There's more.
What the hell are you talking about?
Wasn't he like the guy in Saving Private Ryan? Wasn't he Private Ryan?
I've never seen that movie. Now, that's a shame because I'm a huge Spielberg fan, but we could do this in the world of like Elysium. I know that was one of his big things.
Elysium, I think, would also count as a movie where somebody has to go save Matt Damon. It's just in a cyberpunk world.
Wait, AJ, we could do the opposite of like Titanfall. Like, big spoilers for Titanfall 2 if you've never played it, but it's been out for a few years. There's a level where you have to, like, go save your Titan. What if it's the reverse? Like, what if a Titan had sentience and could go save its pilot?
Okay, so you are a mech.
So Matt Damon gets stranded
All right.
and needs to be saved by his Titan.
Here's the two possibilities. Either you are building a mech specifically designed to go out and rescue Matt Damon, or you are customizing a Matt Damon to be rescued.
Wait, what?
You would customize the Matt Damon. You would decide what sort of equipment the Matt Damon gets. Maybe this Matt Damon doesn't get any guns, but he is going to be given armor.
So is it basically improving his chances or the amount of time you have to go save him?
You're enhancing the amount of time you have to go save Matt Damon after customizing and expanding this Matt Damon. So, you personalize your own Matt Damon and then you have to go save him.
So you're basically just Matt Damon's insurance company.
Yes.
So like
you're Matt Damon's manager.
He gets stranded on like 12 different areas. Like one is in the jungle, one is in space, all require different like games to go save him.
I have Matt Damon in space with a scuba tank, and I don't know how to get to him yet.
I mean, it just becomes Kerbal, basically.
I am very glad I gave this Matt Damon a scuba tank because he does have oxygen in space now.
What is scuba
I didn't give him any granola bars, though, so he is going to starve to death if I don't get up there soon.
I mean, air is high in calories, I'm sure.
But not in space.
So
air's higher in calories here where the oxygen's really bad and smoggy because we live in LA. But if you go to space where the air's nice and clear and empty,
are you implying
there's no calories up there in space air?
Smog carries calories that you can inhale into your body
and gain power. Yes.
I like to picture there's just enough street meat people that all the grease is flying into the air and you're just inhaling protein.
Street meat, street meat.
So, okay.
Which do we want to go down? Customizing a robot to save Matt Damon or customizing Matt Damon so you can save him longer and better and faster?
I think the opening of the game you should do a thing where you know where Matt Damon's going and you're going to give him the supplies that you think will work. And then when he gets there, you get the message he's been stranded based off of the supplies you gave him. He has 3 days to survive. So you have 3 days. Like let's go use the Dead Rising route. So it's like each minute in the game is
the timer starts.
Is like 5 minutes here basically.
Yes.
So you have that much time to go figure out how to save him, and based off of. And each level is like its own big like miniature open world, like Metro Exodus, where it just leads into not the whole game's an open world, but it has a big ass area where you don't know exactly where he is.
You mentioned Dead Rising, and I think Dead Rising might be like the best example because it's like a closed but open-ended world.
Yes.
And like you bring back gear, you prep up your Matt Damon, and then he's gonna set out, and you got to think to yourself, sure do hope he's going to be okay out there, and I hope I gave him enough stuff that the timer's big so I can find him again.
He goes out, it's like, you have less than a day, which is like 30 minutes in real time.
You have 30 minutes to find the Matt Damon that you sent out, horribly ill-equipped.
Okay, that's a good game. I want to sit on that for a little bit. I'm going to give you a game,
Okay, shoot.
This one comes to us from Loch Guinness Monster in Your Eyes at Dust in Your Eyes on Twitter. Grapple Beats, the first rhythm-based wrestle brawler. So, man, I'm picturing like, you ever play the Gang Beasts?
Yeah, I think that's what this person was thinking.
So, Gang Beast, but like above you is a Dance Dance Revolution like move thing. So if you throw your punch right when it says to throw your punch, you do more damage.
I like this a lot.
So it could be a thing where it's like a railway beat 'em up, like most boxing games where really move around the ring. You're just like hovering around one another, and you can do the rhythm that way. Or you have freedom of movement, but if you manage to land one of your hits on the rhythm, you can.
I think that it is more interesting if it does look and play like Gang Beasts, like top down, and like you can run around like an absolute goobus. But it is, if you make a punch on the beat, or if you swing your arm on the beat, or if you're like grappling somebody on the beat, then you get to do more energy to it.
Is there, it'd be kind of cool. Something I always wanted in Gang Beast was pickups, like items that you could do.
Oh, okay. So I was like, you could pick up people all the time and just toss them into the incinerator.
No. It'd be kind of cool to get to get powers. So it could be a thing where your rhythm speeds up. So that means you can do more damage, or you can do more hits, but the timing is faster.
Oh,
so
here's what it would be.
Increases the
The power-ups that would drop would be instruments, and if you get over to that instrument, then that means that on the beats that instrument is playing, you deal a little bit more damage. So let's say that you
What is the damage with that, though? Is it just like psychic-y damage?
I think that like your punch would just, let's say like drum kits, right? Like a drumstick. If you collect 4 drumsticks, then anytime you punch somebody, if you're punching on the measure that a drum hit would be, then you get to punch 4 times as powerfully.
Oh, okay. So
it stacks up.
We call it here. This is how we picture that as we picture. So you pick up a guitar, right?
Yeah.
Now suddenly you have a different sort of rhythm thing you need to do. You need to combo on them to build a solo. So if you hit them 4 times in a row, it'll play 4 notes. And that will, and on the 5th note will be like the guitar lights on fire, and you can do a massive ass big hit.
If you do it on beat with the music in time, then it does bonus damage.
Oh my god, that's gonna be chaotic with like another person interrupting your solos all the fucking time.
Yes,
but it's gonna make it amazing when you actually get it, though.
When you finally get all 4 of those off. Ooh, there will be few things more satisfying in video games.
Actually, hold on. We need to change this up a little bit, because it did say Wrestle Brawler. So what, AJ, real quickly, tell me, what's the timbre of a metal ladder that you smack up against a dude's face?
The timbre?
You don't know what the timbre is?
No, what's a timbre?
Timbre is like the material sound of an instrument. So like a wooden timbre is different. Yeah.
Kerchlang! Would ladder be a power-up?
I don't know.
Because if ladder is a power-up, then we need to make sure that there's a ladder track for all of the songs in this video game.
Oh, so... depending on what items are being picked up, it changes how the music is being played?
Well, the items that you pick up are dependent on the music that's being played.
So
not the other way around. The music prompts the game design, not the game design prompting the music.
See, I love this idea, because if you're in like a whole thing of like a 4 player free-for-all, and everybody has their own individual instrument, the music that's playing is a combination of those 4 wild-ass instruments.
It's also possible that you're on some Blue Man Group shit, and everybody just has drums.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
just overmodulated audio.
Just so many...
Have you heard the overmodulated Sonic theme?
No.
Like it's...
Oh, yeah, I know that one. You know what? Now that you scream into my ears, I know exactly what you're talking about.
We had a friend of ours play that in a car nonstop once. That was the thing. They also played The Best over and over for half an hour, and I almost vomited.
Yeah, The Best is a song that takes the hit song...
The Best by, I think, The
Pretenders?
Pretenders?
Best of You by...
Is it The Pretenders, or is it the...
That sounds right.
But
it only says...
The best,
over and over again. And it's absolutely agony, and I can't get into this on the podcast right now.
I didn't think I could get PTSD from music, but it did give me PTSD from music. You got an idea for me?
This comes from Fish Harlan, at Fish Harlan
on
Twitter. Instead of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Crash and Spyro at the X Games.
Okay, so okay, I kind of get what Crash Bandicoot is all about at the X Games. What sport is Spyro really good at?
Skateboarding.
Yeah, that's what Crash would be good at.
Crash is also good at skateboarding, kind of like how Mario and Sonic are both good at running.
No, he has the chaotic energy of like a razor scooter. That's like, just imagine, like, actually, no, it'd be kind of cooler if Spyro was on it, because he would, like, hold the handle with his mouth and be pedaling
that's right.
with two of his fingers.
You're right. Spyro would definitely use a scooter.
And then, like, one of his power-ups, like, one of his specials would be, he while the scooter is still moving, he flips himself and is now pointing his mouth towards the opposite, and he blows fire. And he, like, fucking speeds up before he hits jumps.
Here's my concern. I can think of other Crash Bandicoot characters, right? There's Crash Bandicoot. There's the really, really tall and buff Crash Bandicoot that has a robot arm. There's Girl Crash Bandicoot. There's the spooky mask. And there's Dr. Evil Jimmy Neutron. I can't name you any other characters in Spyro that aren't Spyro.
It's been so long. That's a shame, because I actually played Spyro growing up. I've told you that story where I didn't have a memory card, so I would have to beat the game in one go.
Do you remember any Spyro characters from the deep Spyro lore?
I don't, sadly. So it's like, okay.
So maybe it would just be Crash Bandicoot and all of his super cool radical X game friends.
Featuring Spyro.
And Spyro.
Here, hold on. I can name off some for you, because I wanna honor the original idea.
You're right. We should honor Spyro.
I think once I see some of these, I will remember some.
Let's hope.
AJ, bad news.
What?
I don't remember any of these.
Can you describe what some of these characters look like?
There's Spyro the Dragon, which is a
important to know.
Dragon.
I didn't know that his full name was Spyro the Dragon.
Also,
which is weird, because I don't think we know that we don't know Crash Bandicoot's middle name. So this does defer back to the normal sentence structure. Crash the Bandicoot.
Okay, I got a couple more to read you, and then I have an outlier among most of these, actually. So there's Malfour, which is like a beetle-looking dragon. Then there's the Nasty Gnorc. There's the Stealth Elf. Master Eon.
Stealth Elf is very good.
He's just like this little punk rock looking elf. Ripto, Voltier, and Terrador. And, I can see why this happened, but I looked up Spotify characters on Google. You know who showed up?
Spotify characters? You mean Spyro?
Spyro characters. Spider-Man is on this list. So guess what? Guess who's in our Spyro versus Crash? It's fucking Spider-Man.
He needed to be there to fill out the roster a little bit.
I think he's on there because I know Insomniac Games, the most recent Spider-Man was also made by the original Spyro people. So I think that's why he's on there. But yeah, it works for us. So turns out he's the best character, just to shit on Spyro and Crash.
And we've got everybody's favorite X game sports: skateboard, scooter, skateboard on a big ramp.
Have you never seen the X Games?
Here's my
there's biking, but there's also two different kinds of skateboarding. There's the vert, and then there's the street competition. There's the ramp competition, like with a big mega ramp. They also did a thing recently where they had the Hot Wheels ramp show up, so they had like Hot Wheels cars going over ramps and other crazy shit. Hey, we're stupid.
Spyro would be the best at the mega ramp because he could go super duper far off of that sick jump because he has wings.
He just glides?
Yeah.
So he's basically given a little bit more range, basically.
He's basically a cheater, but yes.
Well, I mean, like, if fucking Sonic can run faster.
Gets to run against other people, which is unfair
which is enough. Like, it's just the dumbest thing ever. You're telling me Sonic runs faster than Dr. Robotnik? I mean, sorry,
barely.
Dr. Robotnik runs faster than Sonic.
He's skittery. He's a skittery motherfucker.
All right, do you have another game for me?
Yeah, I'll give you another one at back-to-back.
Wait, no, did I get? Oh,
nope,
no.
You've already lost your chance.
I'm going to give you one because I want to. AJ, I have another game for you.
Okay.
I did my research on this one. This one comes to us from Pure at TwitchGuy222. Come up with a toy game like Bakugan or Beyblade, but it's based off of different kinds of trees. AJ.
Yeah?
You want to hear a good list of trees that I prepped before this recording?
Yeah, sure.
Because there are some amazing fucking named trees out there.
Okay.
So there's the cacao tree. All right, cool. There's the giant sequoia. Big, fun. The weeping willow, the dragon tree, the fucking iron oak tree.
Okay, wow, there's a lot of really radical names for trees, huh?
So we got to figure out what is our platform. So we got to battle these things. How do you battle trees?
With a stick. We're just going to sell sticks to kids so that they can beat the piss out of each other.
It's just batons.
It's just...
Wait, hold on. Okay, we put no effort into packaging or no effort into shaping them. We literally just crack off a branch from one of their trees and just put it in a Ziploc bag.
The packaging is actually where all of this is going to come down to. Like the packaging is going to have like that like plastic cover over the top, like it's an action figure.
Yeah, like the melted plastic that's vacuum forms it.
And there's going to be like a big cardboard slab on the back that has like a kick-ass drawing of whatever it is. Like you mentioned that one of them was called the what iron?
The iron oak tree.
The iron oak tree is like a train, but really angry, and that's the iron oak.
It's just. We think the Weeping Willow.
The Weeping Willow is going to be for like a boy character, but it is like a really, really sad-looking like dragon or some shit, and that's really cool. And like the character that's assigned to the Weeping Willow is like a soft boy.
Soft, tender boy.
Like a soft boy.
So when you pull it out,
it's scared easily.
It's just like a little noodle. Basically.
No, it's still just a big stick.
Wait, what about balsa wood? I feel like balsa wood would be the the go-to. That one's pretty adaptable because balsa wood can be made into anything.
Balsa wood doesn't have a cool name to it though, so we're gonna skip that one.
You don't like balsa wood?
Balsa wood just doesn't sound cool. And if it's a kid game for cool kids, we need cool sounding names. Can you give me another cool sounding tree, please?
Sure. 1 second. We have the European beech, and that's beech with 2 E's, the pistachio, the Andasonia digitata.
Fuck yeah, that one. We're gonna use that one.
What is your idea for that one?
I don't know. Maybe it's like that one's like a Three Musketeer type looking person, like a musketeer looking dude with a really, really long sword.
I was thinking it's an undead creature because if you look at it, like out of all the trees, it has no leaves. It's the one in the bottom corner.
Whoa, that's spooky as hell.
So it's like an undead stick. It's the stick that can never die. It's like, okay, I want to talk about... So
what was the prompt really quick again?
So it is a... come up with a toy game like Bakugan or Beyblade, but it's based off of different kinds of trees.
Here are the rules.
Okay, I was just about to ask that.
If you get hit in the head with the stick, 3 points. Hit in the body, 2 points. Hit in the leg, 1 point. Hit in the arms, no points.
Okay.
Ship it.
Okay, but how do you win? Like as big, because like if you
you win by getting more points.
No. I think you're missing something here. The thing about Beyblade, Bakugan, and all these toy things, it's not about hurting the person behind it. It's about destroying the other piece.
Well, this one has to be a little bit different, and it is about destroying your enemy.
I was thinking it's about destroying each other's sticks. Have you ever done a stick sword fight and like the stick just exploded in your face after like you and your friend like smashed them?
Okay, so
and then like the fragments went everywhere. And like you're like it didn't get you in the eye, but you're like, oh holy shit, that was so close. Let's do that again.
So
I want kids to feel that rush.
Somebody loses if they drop their stick.
Yeah, and then AJ, they buy another one. That's the whole point of selling this.
You're so
right.
If
everybody buys our stick in one go, we are not making more money. We got to keep making money. It costs like 10 cents to go and grip a stick off of a tree.
The packaging is the only real cost that we're going to have on this. Well, that and the cost of the animated cartoon that we're going to be selling alongside.
Oh, and you know what our plastic's made out of? Recycled sticks that lost their battles. Like the cardboard
is not how plastic is made, Blake.
I mean, like if we're living in a world where people could sell sticks and Toys R Us, R.I.P. Actually, it's something else now. It's like Joey's Toys or something.
What?
Yeah, Toys R Us is instead of closing down completely, they're rebranding and just turning into a different toy store.
Oh.
Yeah, it's whatever the name of the giraffe is.
Jerry Giraffe.
Jerry Giraffe Toys. You got another game for me?
Yeah, I got one.
I honestly, I know I don't normally make art for our non-Nugget games, but I'd love to see a stick and like action figure packaging just for the fuck of it.
This comes from Iterate Onwards on Twitter, @Iterate Onwards. Titled Goose Game. You're a goose with a knighthood who wants to ascend the ranks of British nobility. Here's the thing.
Real quick, we've made a Goose Game reference literally for the past 5 episodes.
It's a really, really hot IP. I have one important difference.
You're doing it for the SEO?
Yeah. Here's the difference. This time, it isn't just about like, I'm going to honk and bother people. You don't have a honk button. You have a swing sword button.
But he's always
the titled goose has a sword.
His sword with
yes,
his weak little mouth.
He's
and neck.
always dragging a sword with his weak little goose mouth.
Wait, AJ.
What?
AJ. Okay. It's the story of Excalibur, but instead of him drawing it out of the stone, the goose went up. That's the first level. Like you think it's just going to be another.
You think
goose
it's going to be a goose game,
and then you walk up
it.
and you grab the sword, and then suddenly like this golden like shimmering armor and like little helmet spot like scans onto his fucking head. Okay, so. It's just you're a big fan of like
and
the
then you
Canterbury
go through
Tales,
all
right?
the Canterbury Tales. Yeah, you have to like.
I said Cadbury, didn't I?
Yeah, that's okay. You go through the Canterbury Tales and you're on a grand quest to find the Holy Grail.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Isn't the Cadbury logo like a goose?
Is it? What's Cadbury? Is that like
those chocolate eggs with the cream filling in them?
Probably is a goose.
So branding deals.
Ooh.
So we sell them golden Cadbury tail eggs. So, okay, you have to kill your son.
You will have to kill your goose son.
You have to kill Goose Mordred. Who's just dragging a big-ass spear too big for him.
The game that has... Yes, okay, it's built thematically wise like a character action game, right?
Yeah.
Complete with like bosses that are difficult, a rival character that will be your goose son.
Oh my god!
That like you'll have like 3 or 4 bouts with throughout the game.
You'll have to train him like your first levels like them as a wee little Cadbury, and then you train them in the art of fighting, and then you just see them slowly descend into goose madness. Oh no, my son is honking mad. And then the final fight is just bloody and because he kills Mordred, right? Or is it Mordred that kills?
They killed each other.
Really?
Yeah. There's all sorts of different variations of the legend. But
what do you want to go with? You want our awesome goose knight to die?
I'm less interested in the heartbreaking tale of killing your goose son, and a lot more interested in the idea of our goose King Arthur and Lancelot, because like the story there is like Lancelot, King Arthur's coolest, tightest, most ballinest best friend, definitely slept with King Arthur's wife.
Oh, yikes.
So then the two of them had to fight, and Lancelot kicked his little goose ass.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, he wasn't a goose in the actual stories, but Lancelot beat up King Arthur.
And you got to
King Arthur was like, okay, I'm banishing you, my most powerful, coolest, tightest, most handsomest knight, and also my wife, and I'm banishing you far away. And then like that's part of the, like how and why his kingdom fell during the attack by Mordred.
Who's the knight that Astolfo was after?
What?
Astolfo from Fate.
Astolfo is a knight of Charlemagne. That's a completely different set of legends, my man.
Oh, well, thanks.
That's all right.
All right.
It's okay. Fate got you mixed up.
I mean, shit. That's why I'm avoiding it, because it's just going to muddle my brain.
It's going to ascend you to the next level. Give me a game suggestion.
I got a game for you. This one comes to us from Nick King B. Foling, 69-420, nice. An RPG fantasy game where you are a dragon, a dragon, must slay all the humans whom you thought were long since past. They rise again to attempt to take back what was once theirs. Set out on a mythical quest to get armor, level up your dragon breath, and get cool swords. Do dragons hold swords?
Really big ones?
Like with their mouth or with their
with their big dragon hands.
Ooh, okay.
They hold a big ass sword in their big ass dragon hand.
We should do a thing where like okay. So I like a little bit of story with this. They thought they killed all the humans because the thing they did is that they coveted swords. So they challenged any famous swordsman from across the land.
Now all dragons coveted all swords?
This specific dragon. Like
the dragon you're playing.
This is the dragon that ruled them all, right?
Okay.
So
Dragon King.
They lived for 1,000 years thinking all people were gone. They were just sitting on their pile of swords having a great time. One day they wake up, all their swords are gone, and find out that the world is populated by humans again. So they need to go on a quest to collect swords and use them as they level up through the game.
Yes, okay, I love the idea of swords as a currency. That's kick-ass.
Wait, what? As a currency? I was thinking more like each boss you attain a new sword that has a new ability.
But they're people-sized swords. So you would need to trade in like a bunch of people-sized swords to some sort of dragon smithy that would create you a dragon-sized sword.
Oh, it's a dragon blacksmith. It's like the blacksmith from Berserk who crafted the Dragon Slayer but instead of the Dragon Slayer, it's the Human Slayer.
Yes,
That's the
and
name
it's
of
a
the
giant sword. You have to hunt down the dragon that collects hammers so that he can build you a dragon.
Oh, it's like a
dwarven dragon.
A dwarven dragon. Holy
Hell yes.
shit!
It's a dragon with a really, really big beard.
Sweet, I love it. Oh, and he has like his scales are like runes. Through each rune, it's kind of glowing with like dragon energy and shit.
What I like about this is like, this would play like a Warriors game, right? Like you're a dragon on the field and there's like hundreds of little enemies and you smack them and a bunch of them go flying.
Ooh, that's cool as fuck. Is it like a physics thing where like you can walk into a town and like the city destroys around you?
I think a lot of the cities and towns would be built in menus.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be like mission based, like a Warriors game, I think. Maybe there's like some maps where you would have like a village that you can walk through and destroy. Maybe that's like some of the objectives sometimes.
I think each level should have like a multitude of objectives, like destroy 20 homes and collect this object of the level to advance.
And the Trogdor soundtrack plays. The Trogdor song plays the whole time you're running around burninating everything.
Trogdor?
Trogdor!
You've said many things on this podcast.
You don't know about Trogdor?
No, I have no fucking...
Trogdor!
Is this like what's that one mockumentary about the metal band? Turn it up to 11.
No, this isn't like turn it up to 11.
Oh, Spinal Tap. It's not Spinal Tap related?
No, it's not Spinal Tap related.
Then what the fuck are you talking about?
Homestar Runner. I'll educate you later about Trogdor! Burninating. It's okay. Everyone at home's loving this.
Hey, everybody, tweet at AJ if you have no fucking clue what he's talking about.
Everybody tweet at me your favorite Trogdor stories.
What the fuck?
Blake's going to tweet about his favorite Trogdor story.
No,
and it's going to be one time after...
I'm going to forget about this in 5 minutes when we're on our next game.
One time after a very, very fun podcast, my best friend showed me Trogdor, and now I've been a changed man. I have a video game suggestion for you.
Okay, please. give me some bearings after whatever the hell that was.
This comes from our Reddit, and this is also giant monster related.
Ooh.
This comes on our Reddit from Too Many Bees. In a world where kaiju are a real and accepted part of life, you have to protect your hometown country from them without attracting others. For example, your big laser might get rid of Godzilla, but that light might attract Mothra.
Okay, so you're trying to... You have a city. You have a city.
You're trying to make it so that giant monsters won't bother you.
Okay.
But every time you build a defense, a new monster might show up.
Okay.
So Godzilla shows up. You build a giant laser, it shoots away Godzilla, but then the Mothra sees the big bright laser light and says, ooh, I'm going to go check that out. How are you going to get Mothra not to kick around your place?
Well, I don't necessarily know the mechanic. Is it a crafting game? Is it a real-time strategy sort of thing where you
I think the best example I have would be something like a Viva Pinata or like a what was that farming game that everybody was super hyped about for a little bit there?
Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley, yeah. Like a Stardew Valley, like you're building up defenses, you're running around collecting like things that you can use to build money so you can build defenses.
Okay.
You're running around trying to take care of your village in a way that like will keep you safe from monsters also. And I like the idea of like it is a Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley thing with a defense system on top of I'm just trying to grow my little town.
So I think it would be kind of cool if you did this in sort of a Minecraft-y world because you have the threat of losing everything you've built.
Yeah,
so it adds
I like that.
It adds like a little level of tension. So there's this mod for Minecraft called RLCraft. Have you ever heard of it? Basically, you download it and it makes the game like Dark Souls levels of difficult and awful. And
I want that, but I want it funner to play than Minecraft.
Well, you don't like Minecraft?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
What about it?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Just something about it didn't click.
Which is so weird.
I think that's kind of why I want it to be like this top-down Stardew Valley style game.
They're very similar, though.
Yeah, it's just something about like...
It's
how time-consuming it is in Minecraft to build something good.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like, I want this to be a game where it's like, you have the recipe to build giant laser. You just put the giant laser on the map. I don't want to spend 18 fucking hours trying to build a big laser.
I think the majority of the internet would disagree with you.
No, because I'm going to be sitting there trying to build giant laser to get Godzilla to stop, and Godzilla's going to be like, here I come, AJ. I'm going to bust your shit. And I'm like, if you could wait 4 more hours, I will have a laser. But and Godzilla's like, I'm not waiting.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Like, okay, you're walking around and you're minding your own fucking business, and you have your Switch in your back pocket or whatever. You get a little notification, Godzilla will strike your base in 24 hours. You have 24
Blake,
hours to build your shit.
Uh-oh, Blake, you have a life? Nuh-uh. Godzilla says, fuck Blake writes absolutely.
Hey, AJ, we're making cool games that shouldn't be fucking made. I'm here to make things inconvenient, like our stick game, or how you had to drink a shit ton of monsters and become part of a cult. I'm not here to make good games, AJ. I'm here to make people irritated.
You're right. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Save for like the 500 times we'd made games that we really gave a shit about.
And then sometimes we make games that we think really shouldn't be made, and then they happen.
Okay. To clarify, we haven't said nobody's made a game. They've made parts of games that we think shouldn't be made. Like, I'm sure 99% of the Animal Crossing game is going to be beautiful and wonderful and happy, and everything's going to be really holy shit.
There is a murder mystery.
There is a murder mystery. So
Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be amazing, and hopefully they won't continue doing this. They have gutted something and attached it to Butterfingers.
Oh, we should clarify that, by the way. I don't know if people listening to this episode have listened to any prior episode.
Oh, yeah. A couple weeks ago, we said, we're going to make Final Fantasy 16 multimedia, and in order to experience the real story, you have to drink a bottle of hot sauce, play pinball machines, and listen to a concept album.
So,
also there was an anime that you had to watch in 2 different languages to get the full story.
Fuck, I love this game. All right, we should get back to the current game. So,
why didn't we think about Butterfingers?
I guess because we didn't think about it because you don't fucking eat Butterfingers like some pleb. I was thinking about it subconsciously because I'm in love with Butterfingers. Oh, you know what's so good?
You wanted to say Butterfingers.
Oh, you know what's so fucking good? Have you ever had those like Butterfinger, like the mini ones, the ones that you just fit a whole Butterfinger in your mouth?
No.
You've never had a whole Butterfinger in your mouth?
You know what? I didn't think about it, but when you say things like that, Butterfinger does sound horrible, doesn't it? Because, like, without even thinking about it, I thought about the idea, like you said, putting a stick of butter into my mouth and just, like, popping a whole Butterfinger into my gob. And that sucks. Just a whole butter stick. Just, oh.
I wonder how many calories Butterfinger has in comparison to Spam. Is it like 1/4 a can of Spam? Have I talked about this on the podcast?
No, you have not talked about your horrible measuring system.
Well, ever since I was a kid, me and my brother would always eat Spam. And we looked at the calories one day. It's like 560 calories for a normal average can of Spam. So we just kind of started equating anything else we eat to be like, oh, this is 1/4 a can of Spam. Oh, this is 3 cans of Spam in one meal. So that's where my life's at. I still do it.
What a horrible measuring system, honestly.
All right, give me another game.
Although, well, now I want to get onto the horrible measuring system tangent. Because something that I measure everything in my life by is, and I know I haven't talked about this on the show.
Oh, no.
I measure all financial values to the amount of Taco Bell burritos I could purchase.
You have done this.
Because Taco Bell burritos are $1. So somebody will be like, hey, AJ, do you want to come grab dinner? And I look at something on the menu and it's $12, and I'm like, that's 12 fucking burritos. That's 6 meals.
I always thought it was the frozen burritos that you used as your math.
No, Taco Bell.
Taco Bell burritos?
Taco Bell burritos, because they're like 89 cents.
This is fucking weird.
Plus tax.
Plus tax. Yeah, I know. We got that 9-cent tax per dollar, baby.
So this video game is Minecraft, but with actual monsters roaming the world, and you will be alerted. You know what? I like the idea, though, that you're not alerted that Godzilla's on their way to kick your ass.
Oh.
You get alerted like, Godzilla is within 100 and some odd blocks of you.
Oh,
so you know, like, hey, you need to hurry it up. Now, here's the thing.
I like that.
Godzilla is most likely on his way to come kick your ass.
Mm-hmm. But it could be like those meteor things that NASA gives out. It's like, a meteor will pass between 1,000 miles of Earth. And then everybody on social media is like, we're going to die in 48 hours. That level of panic.
The problem is going to be like, as you make more defenses, monsters are more interested in trying to come up and see what you've got going on, right? Like, you build the giant laser, you get the notification that Mothra's coming. Mothra's probably on their way to come kick your ass. But then you build.
Do we want to do that, or
you
do we
build
want to
your
be
Mothra defense, and it's like an anti-air gun, and then all of a sudden you have like these loud, rowdy anti-air guns. Blah 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 blah. And so some monster's gonna be like, I wonder who's playing those sick jam sessions. And then you get like
the pterodactyl one. The punk rock pterodactyl.
Yeah, the punk rock pterodactyl one who has like a mohawk and like a choker on and a t-shirt that just says Megadeth. And he flies over to you and he's like, what's going on over here, dog?
How about this? Because
I'm getting rowdy?
I'm trying to figure out ways of progression in this game. You know what'd be really cool? It's part research thing. So at the beginning of the game, you know jack shit about these monsters. So all of your things will be like, a monster of 1,000 feet in size is in your vicinity. As, and then we find out that's Godzilla. You kill it, and now you get a new detail anytime Godzilla is in your proximity.
Okay, yes, that's so kick-ass.
A fire-breathing 1,000 and whatever foot monster. So then you can start suddenly knowing, oh, I know it's Godzilla. I know how to prep for this. But there will be that stress of like, there's a new flying monster coming your way. You have no fucking clue what it is. Could be Mothra. Could be I forget the name of the pterodactyl one. Pterodactyla? Yeah. I don't know. They weren't really original with their names. Godzilla.
King Ghidorah is pretty cool.
King Ghidorah is a pretty damn good name. I got to give that to you.
Do you got another video game?
This one comes to us from Iterate Onwards at Iterate Onwards on Twitter. Milk Run. Deliver milk while encountering increasingly dangerous and ridiculous threats and obstacles. AJ.
Yeah.
You were a milkman once.
Yeah.
What were the normal things you dealt with? I mean, what were like the trials and tribulations of being a milkman?
The worst thing about being the milkman is all you know how like some people are always like, well, was the milkman handsome? And when you're a handsome milkman like me, the answer is always yes. So I had a lot of angry husbands coming down on me and just trying to really just attack me. And they said, oh, you handsome milkman, I'm going to beat you up. And so I had to fight all of them off, and I got really good at karate because of it. And now I know milkman karate.
Okay. You know what weird?
Shit, I really missed the opportunity to say milkman Muay Thai, which is a lot more fun to say.
I was going to say Milkman Mai Tai, but I know that's not it.
Milkman Mai Tai is something. Milkman Mai Tai is why I had to fight off so many husbands.
I was going to say that's how he celebrates at the end of the day. Just like, I'm going to pour myself a Milkman Mai Tai.
By the way, that's like the shittiest joke people can say about like, oh, well, was the milkman blank?
Oh, you mean like the people that came over to help you with your day-to-day bullshit? It's like, oh, did you fuck him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Because it's just, it's standardizing that people are willing to cheat, and two, that those guys are on the fuck regular.
I mean, milkmen are on the fuck regular.
They're called milkmen. There for Christ's sake.
There's few things more attractive than somebody bringing you milk.
A jar of milk.
Because like
I have never looked at somebody holding a glass of milk and went like, "Wow, I need to do that right now." I have never looked at that. I've looked at a glass of milk and been like, "I want to drink the shit out of that," but I've never been like, my loins have never vibrated upon the sight
of a milk person.
of a milk person. Okay, you know what weird thing I kept picturing when I read this?
What?
This is a poll, but do you remember like early Freddie W videos?
How early?
It's like 2013, 2014. So like a little bit after they...
you say early, I was in high school at that time.
I mean, yeah, but you and I are like in our mid-20s now, AJ. That was like almost 10 years ago.
Fuck.
It's like...
No, it wasn't. It was 6 years ago. That's how math works. It was only 6 years ago. That's not 10. Don't fuck me on this.
Okay, whatever. You're like 16, so that's like fucking 8 years ago for you.
If it was
2013,
I was 17 or 18, not 16.
Really?
Yes, because I graduated at 18.
All right, for my story, you're younger. You're
okay.
A young, innocent mind.
Oh, God, you hit me with the de-aging right.
that doesn't know.
I'm a 16-year-old senior in high school.
Do you remember they did these two videos about they tried thinking, what's the worst fucking superhero ever? And one of them was a milkman.
The Flash.
And his power... Oh, what? The Flash is cool. Fuck you. His power is that he can vomit milk into people's mouths. So, do we want to play into that?
I don't want to play in that space. What's our nug?
I want to get F. Wong on the show, and I think if we, like, stroke his ego a little bit, like, make a game about his most prized super... Like, in my opinion, his magnum opus is vomiting milkman, not VGHS.
Incorrect. The ping pong video exists.
What the fuck? What?
The ping pong video he did with, Fuck. What was the guy, the really, really cool buff guy that has glasses that was part of the rocket jump team? Shit, what was his name? Anyone has a ping pong video on the Rocket Jump channel where him and another guy use superpowers.
Oh, you're talking about Clint.
Clint, thank you.
I mean, he's not like buff. He's like
buff as hell.
Like gymnasty buff.
He's buff.
He taught me how to make chai tea lattes.
Very kind of him.
He has a little tutorial on that.
What's our nugget?
I don't know.
Is it a video game where you're playing Minecraft and Godzilla's going to show up and just kick your house in? Or is it a video game where you personalize your own very own Matt Damon and then have to go out and rescue him?
I think both of those are. I love them, but you know, AJ, I kind of want to make an original IP. I want to do the stick game. I want to beat the shit out of people. I want to beat the shit out of each other. And you know what, AJ? Also, like, just a little bit of ideas here. You and I eventually want to make fake trailers for these games, right? How bitchin' would it be for you and I to just have an amazing stick battle? That sounds it sounds homoerotic.
It does. You know what? I didn't think about that, but there is something very romantic about that.
We're watching fake video game trailers on Pornhub and Kiss Anime. Okay, so we're stick battling this week, right?
I want to push for Matt Damon rescuing.
I'm so done, man. We've done like nothing but like
Here's
based off of
problem.
other IPs.
Here's my problem with our stick game. I don't know what the game is, Blake.
You beat the shit out of each other with sticks. I mean, like, that's the point of it being a nug. We can discuss it and figure out, like, how can we expand upon this?
Is it just a game where, like, the rules...
Hold
on, wait. Is it just a game where, like, it's a stick in a box and you flip over the box and the box says, in order to win, knock the stick out of your friend's hand? And that's the entire game development process and we release that into the world?
Well, I was also thinking you can introduce smaller sticks. So, like,
knife.
What's cooler than one stick? A stick with a stick with another stick taped to it. There's this whole fusion mechanic out there.
I hadn't even thought about enchantments.
Have you not seen Seven Samurai, where he's like, "We are a bundle of sticks, and individual we are weak," and he snaps it, and then he puts all of them together, and together we are strong. I wanna. This is gonna be for the kid range 12 to 23.
Okay. Yeah, that's a kid. 12 to 23 is a kid.
I want to give them good values to take home, like Beyblade or Bakugan. It's all about friendship. It's all about being a team. What's more team heavy than combining your sticks to make one big mega stick?
Alternatively, what's more team heavy than getting you and 3 of your best friends and beating the hell out of another group of 4 friends?
Dude,
competitively.
We'll make an anime out of this. That's going to be the wonderful thing.
Okay, yes. You know what? Okay, you got me back on.
So should we come? Are we doing stick game?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. I'm so excited to make art for this. Okay, we should. Okay, let's talk. Okay, so we talked about there's a fusion mechanic where if you add them together, they are stronger.
Yeah, you can just hold 2 sticks together with a rubber band. Yes, that's how stick works.
We should introduce some bosses.
Hey, Blake, how do you intend on introducing a boss into our air quotes game
AJ,
that is just sticks we are selling, telling teenagers to beat the piss out of each other with a stick?
AJ, you're asking simple questions.
Go find a friend, grab a helmet, please. And have a ball.
You're asking the simple questions, and I have amazing answers to it. You know why? You know, back in the day when comics were a little bit bigger, you know, you would buy them, and then at the back of the magazine, they would have like little cutouts of like, send us 50 cents, and we'll send you some X-ray specs. I want to bring that back. You send them a baggie full of your kills. And if you collect a fragment of every stick that is available out there, that some guy, the head CEO, you and me, the CEO of our stick company, will show up with our 2 sticks to beat ass.
Okay, I have another option. I have another idea. Off of this idea.
You're telling me you don't want to go to a kid's house?
Every stick's handle has a unique serial code.
Okay.
So we'll have one level of production that we put into these sticks, and that is carving a serial code into the stick.
Laser the barcode into it.
Yes.
Because that's in this year.
If you collect enough serial codes, you can mail it in. And maybe it isn't just us. I think that we're high up on the list.
Oh, you have to work your way like 7 Evil Ex-Boyfriend style?
Branded sports stars. You know what I mean? Like, can you give me an athlete right now?
David Beckham.
David Beckham and Uriah Faber.
He uses his feet to hit the stick.
Well, he still uses a stick, and he's going to hit a teenager with a stick. We're also going to get some UFC fighters, because those guys up at the top...
Chuck Liddell needs
something to do now that he's retired from fighting, and it's beating teenagers with sticks.
It's retired sports stars. So Chuck Liddell, Shaquille O'Neal... He has a full-on trunk. That's his sword. And you had to fight him.
And we'll start contracting some of them now, right? Like we'll start reaching out to Uriah Faber so that when he's done with MMA, when he's ready to take these gloves off, we put a stick in his hands. And we say, we need you now. There's a 22-year-old kid out in the back that wants to fight, and we, Blake and AJ, are not prepared to take on his incredible stick fighting prowess. We didn't think this through. What we're going to accidentally create is a trained hit squad to hit us with sticks.
But the cool thing is, it's just sticks, man. It's not going to do any real damage.
You know what they say? Sticks and stones can break my bones. Ouch. That's the whole quote.
And then Shaquille O'Neal will give you a sweet one-liner after he beats your ass. So I was thinking each of these fighters has... Actually, we should look at some of our bosses so we can get some of our fighters.
Okay, let's look at the Discord and see if they have any bosses for us.
If you guys are new to the show, on our Patreon, we have this thing called Boss Fight, where you can come be a part of our Discord and give us boss ideas that we will introduce into every single game, every single week. AJ, hit me with one of those bosses.
So Andrew David suggested Papa John on his Day of Reckoning. So Papa John is absolutely going to be contracted for our incredible stick-beating adventure, and he will be one of the upper echelons.
So are you implying the company we're making is so lowbrow we're willing to hire Papa John?
No, I'm saying that we're so highbrow we can afford to hire Papa John to hit kids with sticks.
Nobody wants him around anymore, man.
I want him with a stick in his hand to protect us. Gazer suggested Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is also somebody that we can put a stick in the hands and he will protect us.
He's so frail. You hit him, he's going to turn into a bag of dust. He's going to look like Obi-Wan after you get sliced with a lightsaber. He's just going to evaporate and his clothes are going to be left behind.
Well, then this comes down to you and I's
you
morality.
Become the next Democratic
candidate. Okay, this comes down to the morality of you and I, Blake. How prepared are we to sacrifice Bernie Sanders? Are we willing to have him be one of the first people that protects us from these stick-wielding teenagers?
I think he's higher
Or is he one of the last ones that will be fought by these stick-bearing teenagers?
Okay, actually, I think he should be one of the first things, because right now he's running for his campaign, and I'm sure he's looking for some cash. So if we're launching this, we'd be like, hey, we have a job for you if you're willing. Here's some money once you get summoned or whatever. So you have to beat your local kids in your local area.
Yeah, you have to collect enough handles to send it in, and then we will send you back a pager. This pager will tell you the location of your fight.
Oh my God!
You will behind
the Papa John's is Papa John.
You will take this fight, and if you win, you will go on to the next round, and then you will have to hunt down more sticks.
They will give
handles.
you another code that you can put into your pager. So
I think that they have to go back to the grind. I don't think that they beat Papa John and then they're on to Shaq. I think they beat Papa John and then it's like, great, you've done incredible. Go out, find some more. Mm-hmm. Tell us when you're ready to face Shaq.
Real quick question: say you lose, and the moment your serial code is added to somebody else's pile, does that negate everything you've earned up to this point? Or is there an app, mayhaps?
You lose everything.
You lose everything?
Well, actually, I like the idea of the app because the app provides what we need, and that is brand commitment, my man. Brand loyalty.
So somebody it's like you're clocking in how many fights. It'll keep track of how many fights you've been in. It'll keep track of all your statistics of how many hits have you taken, how many points have you been cost over time.
And that's how you can scan people's handles once you've busted them.
So the moment you take them, that way you don't have to mail them in. You could just be like, you
submit it.
You pick that serial code out of the scraps that was that battle. You scan it and it gives a little and then you just flick that shard back at them.
Throw it back at the kid.
And then you just walk away. Just a kid crying in the background.
Now, what counts as a win? Do you have to shatter the opponent's stick, or do you just need to make them drop it and then be able to procure their handle?
I think you disarm them and then you get their handle. And then the moment each, it's going to add a little production thing to it, but each handle has a mini explosive in it. So the moment you've been defeated and your thing is scanned by somebody else, it can be scanned twice, ever. Scanned to your own personal app so you know it's your sword.
Uh-huh.
And if it's scanned by an opposing app, it'll just explode. So then, so you can get those cool scenes of where they scan it, and then the branch starts beeping, like beep, 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 and you throw it back at the kid, and it explodes.
What I also really like about this is that this scanning system provides the opportunity for cheaters in a way that we, as the moderators of this game company, won't protect people
you'll,
from.
Steal their sticks.
There will be people that are known as scanners in the community, and scanners
that's fucking radical.
Just run around and they try to sneak around the opponent and scan their stick, set it on fire, and get the points for the kill without ever having actually done the victory.
Holy shit.
And I fucking hate scanners, and if I see one, I'm kicking them in the butt.
This is anime as fuck, because you're gonna get people looking like Rufio from The Hook. Just they got their posse of of their little stick guys, and then they do a lot of their fights at the runoff, where that's where they fucking hang out. I actually have one more fighter.
What I also really like about this is that we don't have to create a series. We can create a reality TV show.
Oh shit! Have you ever seen? I actually know I approached you about this the other day. I saw trailers for the first time of Kid Nation. How fucking wild! So I'm picturing the kids from Kid Nation all have these sticks.
Yeah.
And they're going to fucking town on each other.
It's kind of like 16 and Pregnant. You watch these people with their lives and you think, oh man, they shouldn't be doing that. But it's all just teenagers beating the piss out of each other.
Cut to just a kid getting whipped in the face by an iron oak stick.
Man.
You know what's so dumb? Is I feel like
I just realized that we've made a whole episode about cracking jokes about teenagers attacking each other.
I mean, AJ, when I was a kid, we had javelins that we were throwing off of the roof trying to dodge them. I got hit right below my left eye. Kids do stupid things.
Kids really do stupid stuff. I remember jumping out of a lot of trees that I shouldn't have. I remember jumping off of a roof because it was fun. And then another one of the kids that I was jumping off of the roof with sprained his wrist.
Oh my God. I mean, here's the thing. How many times have you picked up a stick and thought, wow, this is my sword as a kid? I've done it.
I do that now.
Yeah.
I'm an adult, and if I'm out camping and I get a stick,
kids,
I pick it up and I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
That's why I said 12 to 23, man. You're young enough to do it. Me, I'm 24.
You're not a kid anymore.
I'm aged out. I can't fight Bernie
Sanders.
Sanders.
If I see you with a stick, I'm knocking it out of your hands. You do not have that right anymore.
I pick it up and and the bomb just goes off in my fucking hand. Adult detected. You're not able to play. And then you get we do a thing. It's not just swords. It's staffs. Or it could be maces. It could be a stick that has a big glob.
Okay, at that point, we are weaponizing teenagers, and we do need to stop there. It needs to just be sticks.
These are cool games that shouldn't be made, dude.
Yeah, but I'm concerned about I know that they're fake games, but I'm concerned about the real violence that could come from selling an actual club to a teenager.
And realistically, this is where you draw the line, not our mind-controlling monster cans.
It's not me that's going to draw the line. It's Walmart. Walmart's going to be like, hey, you can't just sell this to 16-year-olds.
Walmart's a bitch brand. This is a Target exclusive, dude.
Target will stop it faster.
No, Target will fucking emphasize it hit the Target with your new stick today. Yeah, they're going to fucking hype the shit. And you know what? We're going to work our way to Best Buy because it's got a serial mark on it. They'll be it's a technology now.
They'll sell it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's a game, I guess.
I have one more thing I want to pitch you.
You got one more boss?
I got one more boss. This one comes to us from Gazer on our Discord. Vor Knight. He's a man who will eat your stick. So if you fight him, he'll catch it with his mouth and just chomp it.
Where are we gonna find Vor Knight? Or are we gonna, you and me, find somebody that is young and train them to become the Vor Knight?
I know a couple Vor Knights already. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna disclose their name. They'll be a mystery night. You'll get on a notification on your pager. Watch your back today. The Vor Knight is coming. How scary would it be?
If we send a notification to a teenager saying, watch out, Vor Knight is coming for you, the police will be on our doorsteps.
I mean, we've dealt with worse. You and I have survived every lawsuit thus far on all of our games. I'm sure we could take another hit. Spiritual Successor, the game company, has not gone down.
That's true.
But then again, we have made zero monies.
But other people are making monies off of our ideas. I'm looking at you, Square Enix.
You should email them. Try to get a Butterfinger out of it.
Dude, I'm like... I'm like...
Are you like legit torn up over this?
I'm legitimately upset about the idea that... in the same way that I was upset about Final Fantasy 15 having 18 multimedia like programs that should have just been in the fucking game. There is in-game items that you can only get if you purchase buttered fingers. Why?
Because they can, dude. They're going to make money off of it. Which is weird. You know, it's actually really weird because you feel like they do it with another brand before this. Like, they literally had a cup ramen helmet in the last game. You feel like they do this with ramen. There's enough flavors.
Oh my god, do you think there's going to be a branded scene where Cloud Strife sits down and says,
has a Butterfinger?
I sure do love my Butterfinger.
Yeah, he's going to have his own little fucking pocket. That little pouch he has on his side has nothing but melted Butterfingers in it.
Tifa Lockhart comes around the corner and she says, I don't know, I'm a much bigger fan of Crunch Bars myself.
They're a little bit leaner, you know?
And then the little Chocobo guy comes around and he's
like, I don't care, it's just sweet. I love the sweet old taste of Babe Ruth, Crunch Bar, and Butterfingers. TM.
And then the dog comes around and he says, I don't understand you humans. If I ate any of those delicious chocolatey snacks, I would die.
No, they would cut that. That would paint all their chocolate in a bad light. They wouldn't make any sales, AJ. Fuck. Are we ready to go to patch notes? We made our... Actually, you know, what's the name of the game?
Oh, shit.
Beat your friends with a stick.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's think about this. Beyblade.
Bakugan.
Well, Bakugan's nothing. Beyblade.
Stickugan.
Stickugan.
Stick you gone. Stick letter U gone.
Stick you gone.
Yeah.
Stick you gone.
Stick you gone. That's what you have to shout because they always shout before they do their thing. Let's Beyblade. or like let's actually I don't know what the fuck they say.
Beyblades are blades that are. What the fuck is the bay come from?
They're hot. It's like bay. Oh, look at that bay.
All right, sure.
If you ever looked at, just like if you've looked at a milk person and went, wow, that's hot. You've looked at a blade and went, wow, that's hot.
Blade is, of course, the fact that it is tops with knives.
Uh-huh.
Bakugan, I don't really know. Pokemon is pocket monsters. Digimon is digital monsters.
Just to clarify, Bakugan is it's a marble that explodes out into some sort of shape.
Yeah.
That looks like a dinosaur, an animal, or something.
Yeah, but
like
I don't know what Bakugan is like a conglomerate or a mashup of words for.
No, I think it's just the I think it just is.
It's just what they call it.
It's the name for like a.
Okay. Stick-U-Gon's good. Might I propose StickMons?
StickMon. StickMon it is. I like StickMon.
StickMons.
Stick monster. That's implying each stick has its own like
monster in it. Yeah, that's what's on the cardboard box that we're selling.
You know, be so fuck. Oh, you're right. So, and
they're essentially stands.
Laser etched into it is the barcode, and then like a little like emblem of that monster.
Fuck yeah.
So in like the ironwood, it's just like the chassis or the front of a train. like you're saying. Holy shit, Stickmon, dude, we're gonna make millions, and we're also gonna lose millions in lawsuits.
Yeah, it'll be in the NDA. Or not the NDA, the user agreement, the UA.
Yeah, no, they need to sign an NDA. They can't say who we are. You can't say what company you bought the stick from. So Target will really appreciate that, I'm sure. I'm gonna put the art Target like exclusive on the box.
Yeah, let's go to patch notes.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Patch Notes. Make sure if you like this show, leave us a review or a rating. We have been slowly getting some of those in, and it makes us smile every time we get one.
It feels really good, and it's kind of the best way for us to kind of boost up in those charts and get a little bit of attention from people that maybe are a little bit more official and in the podcasting business.
Also, if you have an idea of who you'd love to see on the show, tweet at us. Let us know, and we will see what we can do. We got a couple people in mind, and we're just going to keep on trucking. We're going to get our next guest on the show soon.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for listening. It really means a whole lot to both Blake and I.
Mm-hmm.
Our intro and outro song is Cheap Shot by Anna Monoguchi, an excellent song from an excellent band for an excellent game. I've been your host, AJ Hart.
And I have been your other host, Blake Rea.
This has been Spiritual Successor, and these are cool games
that should not be made.